just like a broken record, same old songs of accusation play. Like who are you to speak the truth? Just look at all your failures and mistakes. And if they really knew you, there's no way they could love you anyway. Oh, but I will fight the lies with that.
Hello and welcome to the Send Help Podcast, a podcast and a lifeline for moms who are stuck in the trenches of mommyhood, bringing them encouragement through Jesus, laughter, and sisterhood.
Sisterhood.
Stuck in the trenches of mommyhood and quarantine.
Oh my goodness. Man.
Hey.
You
want to give us an update? We're back on the phone.
We're back on the phone.
Yes.
We're back on the phone again.
I know.
Man.
On the phone again.
Right.
I'm stuck in my house, so we're on the phone again. It's just not me this time. It's you.
I know.
Now we're back on the phone again.
Seriously. I didn't have enough time after Snowmageddon to be stuck in my house again. It's fine.
It's totally fine.
Totally fine.
Yeah, she wrote me today and she's like, I got everything I need from Instacart, but I forgot Lysol. I was like, I got you. Lysol, give me a list. Send me a list. She's like, Lysol, sanity, patience. And I'm like, so wine? So we did. We got her wine. We got her Clorox. We got her Lysol and some zinc. You're set.
I'm set. I'm good to go. Ain't nothing gonna touch me.
Oh,
my husband can just stay in there. I'll be out here with my Lysol and my zinc.
And your 3 children.
And my 3 children.
And 2 dogs.
Yeah. I left the dog in there.
Oh, that's good.
He's
going to have to deal with him. Deal with both of them. He can let Hank in and out from the door.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
All him.
Give him something to do.
Oh, man.
I tell you what.
Yeah, this is 10:30. It's 10:30 at night on Tuesday. This is the first moment that we have had to record. So you guys aren't hearing us until Thursday morning, God willing.
Yes.
If the creek don't rise.
Right?
Yeah.
I was kind of surprised with all the melting snow that there wasn't.
I know, but clearly Texas was super thirsty.
Yeah. I expected there to be like standing water in my backyard.
And yet, no. It's all that
crazy.
mulch you guys put down. That's what it is.
I know. It's the only dry place out there right now. There's a lot less grass in my yard than I thought there was. That's for sure. Because, after the snow, it was fine. But after all the rain that we've been having, there's a lot of mud coming in.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever. I'll just mop every 5 minutes because I have nothing else to do.
No, you won't.
No, I won't. My floor will just have mud on it for a few days.
Just be fine.
It's
Until
fine.
Dusty comes out of quarantine. Yeah,
yep.
It's going to be fine. Today it is survival mode time.
It is.
You
right.
let him eat hot dogs and waffles or corn dogs and waffles, and you just survive. As long as you don't murder anyone, you're going to make it.
It's true.
You're going to make it after all. It's after 10:30. I am going to be singing. It's going to be singing. It's going to happen. It's the only way to stay awake.
It's very true. It's very true sometimes. You wonder why I sing so many songs late at night. that's when they all come flooding into my mind. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Every phrase reminds me of something. It's fine. Oh, I'm pretty sure it took me like 2 hours to get all of my kids to bed tonight.
Yes, it was a long time.
It was.
It was 8:00 to 10.
Yeah.
And one wasn't even asleep yet.
Right.
Yeah. Still don't know if she's asleep. She might be.
I don't know.
She might not be.
She could be. It's that whole like, hey, remember 5 minutes ago when I asked you to put on your pajamas? You started walking to your room. You went into your room. You're not in your room anymore. And you don't have on pajamas. Let's see, maybe what happened? Where did that train derail? Can we get it back on track? Go put some pajamas on.
If you truly kept your cool through the entire speech, just like that, I am going to applaud you right now. You deserve some serious snaps.
I did keep my cool.
Of course, you didn't have giant expectations, though.
Oh, yeah, no.
Because you are hitting the trail alone right now.
Yeah.
And they don't have school tomorrow because they're staying home. And you knew you were just going to put movies on.
Yep.
So
it was pretty easy to stay calm. Not like in the morning.
No.
When you're trying to get out the door to go get in the drop-off line. And it's like, hey, have you put shoes on yet?
Upside. You're not going anywhere anytime soon.
I don't have to sit in the drop-off
putting
line.
them in the car. Except for the one birthday parade from a distance.
Yeah.
From a distance.
The shoes confuse me, though, because we can be completely ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
Completely ready to go. The only thing left is shoes. We can be 20 minutes ahead of schedule. Completely ready. The only thing left being shoes.
Mm-hmm.
And end up 15 minutes late.
Been there. Yes.
Because of
and
the
I
shoes.
Just have the one. But I have to ask him 18 times and every morning, Josh, shoes. I know that you want to draw, and I know that we have 20 minutes till we have to leave, but go ahead and put your shoes and socks on.
Yes.
It seems to break down at the socks.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's getting the socks on.
Yeah.
Last night for baseball practice, he had fallen asleep. Oh, God. He fell asleep on the way home from school. Then he fell asleep on the couch. I made him put on his clothes before... I was like, get dressed, change into your practice clothes. And at that point, we were already whining about having to go to practice. I'm like, dude, this is only your second practice. We've missed one because we had church. So I was like, you need to just go ahead, just change your shirt. You can wear those pants. It's totally fine. Just change your shirt. So he did, and I thought he was just going to leave those socks on, but he didn't want to put those socks. He wanted the thick baseball socks, which I totally get.
Yeah.
But anyway, falls asleep. Then it takes both Tim and I pumping him up and pumping him up and pumping him up and being like, no, we're not mad. We're not mad. Nobody's mad. Nobody's mad. We just got to go because you do have practice. You just got to go. We just have to go. And he's like, I just don't have the right socks. And I was like, I can go get your baseball socks. Went and grabbed him out of he's laying on the floor with one leg up on the couch. His head is back. And he's got his face on the side of on the floor. And he's just like, I can't. And so I'm like, just give me your feet. Give me your feet. I'll put your socks on. It's fine.
Right.
So I'm putting the baseball socks on. He's like, I hate baseball socks. I hate how tall they are. I was like, it's fine. I'll pull them down some. I'm just like, we just have to leave. We just have to get out the door. And then he's like, I can't put my cleats on. I was like, just sit in my lap. I'll put them on. He's like, you put them on the wrong feet. I did, because he had his legs crossed. And then we put him on the right feet. And he's like, they feel weird. And I'm like, he's like, my toes are all crunched up. Like, they can't be crunched up. Those are size 3s and you're a size 2. So that's not a thing. He's like, I can't wear this hat. And I'm like, yes, we're just going to put it on. Just going to put it on. We're going to be fine. You're mad at me. Nobody's mad. Nobody's mad. We're just going to go. It was insane. It only took 15 minutes, though, surprisingly.
Hey, that's not bad.
Tim had happened to walk through the door at that right moment that I was about to have to pack him up and leave on my own. He was there. And I was like, yes. So we double timed it. But it was touch and go there. Real touch and go.
That 15 minutes is good.
Yeah. It was a record.
Yeah.
Had that been karate? No. It would not have happened.
Oh.
Not even close.
See, I get Carson's shoes on.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm trying to get the other two to go put their shoes on. And then I remember that, wait, I haven't put my shoes on because I've been trying to get everyone else to get their shoes on. So then I have to go find my shoes, which are never where I put them. Actually, they probably are. I just don't ever put them in the same place.
They're probably under the dog.
Probably. She does like to lay on weird things. And then I'll come back in and Carson has taken his off.
Yeah.
And then I have to go on a treasure hunt to find them, to put them back on him. And then the other two find other things to do while they're waiting instead of just waiting by the door or going out the door and getting in the car.
I have a solution for you. When you start going back to school, I'm going to remind you again. We're going to take your shoes at night before you go to bed and put them by the door.
That's a good idea.
Then put your shoes on
Why
first
don't I
and
do
then
this?
put Carson's on.
Everyone else's shoes are by the door.
Yeah. Put your
Why
shoes by
aren't
the door.
mine?
I don't know.
Man.
Because you wear them all day.
I
You're
do wear them
cold.
all day.
You get cold.
Yeah.
Your feet are cold.
It's true.
So put some slippers there too. So you can take your shoes off, put your slippers on, keep going.
Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Or Crocs and socks. Also a possibility.
Crocs and socks.
I know.
Oh.
Crocs and socks. Crocs and socks. That's what I sing to myself when I'm like, I can't believe I'm in work. I'm going to put these socks on with these Crocs. But then I'm like, they're really comfy that way. So I wear them around the house, especially when I haven't dusted or I haven't swept my floor because they're little pieces of gravel or a rare, an errant Lego somewhere.
Yes.
Yeah.
You need the Crocs.
Yeah. Or pieces of dog food,
them.
tiny pieces of dog food. They're just as bad as Legos.
They are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I know exactly what tiny pieces you're talking about.
Yeah, I know.
I do.
Anyway.
Man.
Okay.
Anyway.
We've now talked about the shoe battle for 30 minutes. Let's go.
No, I've been thinking about, though, having to repeat myself. Asking them to do the thing and having to, repeat it constantly. I feel like I do this all day long.
I can attest to this because a lot of it is anytime you try and Marco Polo.
Yes, you're right. I have to stop saying whatever it is that I'm trying to say and start telling them to,
and then
hey, did you do this?
3 Marco Polos later, you finally remember what you were trying to talk to us about.
It's true.
Mm-hmm.
It's why I just don't ever respond.
Yeah, I know.
It made me think of Jonah.
Yeah.
Is that story an appropriate story to tell my kids to get them to do what I say?
Yes. My parents did it. I got the Jonah and the whale story all the time.
Being swallowed by the whale.
Yes.
If you don't do what I say, you know what's going to happen? You're going to get swallowed by a whale.
Mm-hmm.
they would believe that.
Yeah.
I think it could work. I really think it could work if I told them, hey, remember how you never do what I ask you to do and I have to like repeat it all the time? You know what happened to this guy named Jonah? He didn't do what God told him to do. He got thrown off a boat and swallowed by a whale.
Then he had to sit in timeout.
He had to sit in timeout inside the belly of a whale.
And you know how bad that smelled.
I should make a timeout chair
It looks like a whale.
that looks like a whale.
Yes. Just get a little whale rug, the little bath mat, and have him sit on it.
One.
I know.
I've got one.
Genius.
Genius.
Lightning does strike twice.
It does. It does.
My mom once used the analogy of being turned into a pillar of salt if I looked back or had to go back inside for something.
See, now I'm going to want to say that too.
No, but then you got to get into why Sodom and Gomorrah was bad.
Oh, that's true. They just did bad things. They did things you're not supposed to do.
They didn't listen to their mommies.
Right. They didn't listen to their father. But then so I was thinking about Jonah, and is it feasible? Is it okay to make them think that they could be swallowed by a whale if they don't do what I say? But I'm definitely going to turn that whale mat into a timeout mat.
I don't think it's okay to tell them they will actually be swallowed by a whale, but you could tell them the story of Jonah because that is what it's there for, is for us to learn.
Right. Well,
and then do the whale mat.
If I tell them this story, then they would then automatically, I wouldn't have to say it. It would just be an automatic
as long as you're
belief.
not saying you're going to get eaten by
That's
a whale, you're
true.
good. Because, I mean, otherwise they're just learning a Bible story.
Yeah, because then I never said that.
Mm-hmm.
I never said that.
Exactly. It's plausible deniability.
Heard, doesn't mean
I
that's
finished
what I
Ally
said.
McBeal. It is a plausible deniability. Just a subtle reminder. We're just giving reminders by the whale mat.
Yes. Go sit on the belly of that whale.
And make
and
them
think about what
give them a verse to memorize while they're sitting in timeout.
That's true.
You could use your corporal punishment.
Memorizing verses.
But I mean,
maybe we shouldn't associate memorizing verses with it.
But learning that verse though, like you could write it on the wall subtly behind where the mat is, or put it on the mat. It's true. I'll put it on the mat. I'll put it on the mat. No, but I was thinking about that this morning. Yeah.
I need to tell them the story of Jonah. Maybe they'll actually put their shoes on when I ask them to, if I tell them the story of Jonah. But then I started thinking about the story of Jonah because, you know, if you're planning on sitting your kids down and giving them a lesson in life using the Bible story, then you should
know it.
You should know it.
Yeah.
So I started thinking about the story other than just, you know, what I remember from Sunday school. But what I do remember is that he was told to go to Nineveh by God. BT dub. Like, it wasn't just some random person that like came and was like, hey, you should go to Nineveh. Like, no, he was like commanded by God. Hey, go to Nineveh. He was like, no, thank you. I don't want to. And he got on a boat to go somewhere else. And then there was all the storms and all the crazy things happening on the boat. And then all the people on the boat were like, someone is causing this to happen. And for some reason, he fessed up to it. I wouldn't have. I would have just been like, you guys are right. Somebody on here is making God angry. Not me. It's not me. I don't know who it is, but y'all are totally right that someone on this boat is making God angry. And they threw him overboard. And then he ends up being swallowed by a big fish,
Mm-hmm.
the kraken.
The
That's what I was
kraken?
picturing. The
The
kraken.
kraken. You said
The
kraken.
kraken. I did say kraken. That's what I was picturing. I was picturing.
That's a millennial kid's name. Kraken.
No.
I
No.
bet there's somebody named Kraken.
There probably is. I was picturing Captain Jack Sparrow being eaten by the kraken.
Yes.
Jonah and the big fish. That's what was going through my mind this morning. So dumb.
Kraken, get your brother Job.
Oh. Oh, okay. I mean, I have no idea where we were, so I'm just gonna
Kraken.
crack it.
That's where we were.
Yeah. I mean, you've been talking about Job a little bit
Yes, I have.
occasionally,
Yes. It's fun that he came
a
up
couple
again.
of times.
Yeah.
I know. But it just made me think, like you've been studying Job and you've been having some Job moments.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm having
A Jonah moment?
moment.
Tell me about it. I'd love to hear this.
I feel like the whole last year has been a Jonah year.
Really?
I feel like someone
Did
needs to be
God
thrown
tell
off a
you?
boat.
Oh, okay. So you're not Jonah, but somebody needs to go to Nineveh. Is that what you're saying?
Am I?
I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know.
Is there something?
If I am, I did not hear it clearly. And I would just like to say, for the record, please say it again louder. If I was the one that was supposed to go to Nineveh, please say it again louder because I missed it.
You should probably call the person that you texted the prayer request over. The prayer over. You know, that lady that you're supposed to go pray for in person
All of this,
that you texted.
every 2020 and 2021 are all because I texted a prayer instead of going down and praying with the person. Oh, that's entirely possible, though. If you go off of the assumptions that we're making with Jonah.
Yeah, exactly.
It's entirely possible. No, but
you know how far assumptions get us.
That's very true. My geometry teacher is the one that told me that.
Oh, I said it to my dad once. It didn't go over well.
No, I wouldn't think so.
It was real bad.
I don't know.
On a family trip from the back
nice.
seat.
Ooh.
Over his shoulder.
Yeah,
it was not a good thing.
His arm can reach the back seat.
It was not good.
But I mean, just looking back, even the last month.
Mm-hmm.
Even the last month, I feel like has been a Jonah month in my household, anyway.
Yeah?
I don't know about anyone else's household, but all of the things that are happening makes me wonder, like, wait, are we missing something? Are we neglecting something? Are we refusing something? Am I pretending like something is not there, that it is? I'm just ignoring it. I just like put it over in the corner and I'm going to ignore it until it goes away and I'm just being beat over the head. I'm going to say again, whoever is supposed to go to Nineveh, does Nineveh even exist anymore?
I don't think that God operates necessarily in that way anymore.
No, but I mean, he's not going to, I'm not going to get swallowed by a whale. Although snowstorms in Texas, anything is possible at this point. Seriously. No, I don't think someone's going to get swallowed by a whale. But it has made me wonder, is there something that I've been ignoring?
I don't think that God brings up Bible stories to you just for the heck of it. I think that there's a reason that you were reminded of it. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, the way that my mind works, there doesn't have to be a reason for anything.
I know, but God
But I get
does
your
have
point.
reasons for everything. And God is ultimately the one that puts those kind of thoughts in your head and would bring up a Bible story. So maybe God wants to
No,
show you
yeah.
something specifically in your life.
I get your point. I do. So now I just need to figure out
Uh-huh.
what that thing is. Now, okay, no, I'm not saying that
I know.
that COVID or the snowstorm or my power being out for 6 days or any of those things
Yeah.
were because
Somebody
I'm failing
didn't
to
do
do
something. Yeah,
or
exactly.
somebody somewhere is hiding from God.
Right. I know that you're not saying
Millions
that.
of people are hiding from God.
Yes. What makes the one so special?
Right. So that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying at all. I am saying that thinking about the story of Jonah has made me wonder if there is a possibility
That there is something that you are not.
that there is something that I am choosing to not acknowledge.
Mm-hmm.
Like, is there something that God has been trying to tell me or show me, or a direction that he's wanting me to go with my life, or something that he's wanting me to do, and I'm just flat out refusing to acknowledge that he's speaking it to me for whatever reason, because I don't think he's the one that said it. It's just something that popped into my mind.
Right.
Or I don't think I'm capable of doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Or I don't think I have the time for it. Or I'll just tell Dusty to do it.
Or just
I do
leave
that
it.
one a lot.
You do that one a lot. And you also
I do
that
that one a
I'll
lot.
present it to him and then he can do with it what he will.
Yeah.
And he's the head of our household, so I'm going to
Right.
just do what he wants.
Right. I'm going to bring it up to him and say, hey, I feel like maybe this. And then just see where he goes with it.
And then I've done my job.
It's in his
I've
hands.
brought
I've
it to
done my
him.
job.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. I have submitted it to him.
Yeah. Nope.
No.
At least you know this about yourself.
That's not the way it works.
No, that's not how any of this works.
It's really not how it works. But what is that thing? Man. I mean, I've got a couple of ideas, none that I'm going to share.
Nope.
But I do have a couple of ideas that I will be submitting to God and saying, hey,
instead of my husband, because he is not the Holy Spirit.
am I maybe supposed to be doing this thing right here that you've told me to do? Is this what you're getting at? Is this why that whale was chasing me down when I was on that boat? I'm not on a boat ever. That's not ever a possibility of happening. That whale would have to be a dry land whale.
A land shark?
A land, yeah. A land whale.
Yes.
I don't know what that would be. My daughter has a whale backpack. If I were to somehow get stuck in there, then I'll know for sure. No, now I'm going to be trying to get inside of it just to see if I can. And I already know the answer.
You can't.
No. No, I cannot. But no, it poses a question. So I'm going to pose a question to everybody else. And that question would be,
Are you in the belly of a fish?
are you? Are you in the belly of a fish? Metaphorically,
Mm-hmm.
physically, I don't know. Some people might live on the coast or in the ocean. It's way too late at night. Time wise right now, currently.
It's not too late for you. You
No.
can still ask the Lord to be led out of the whale and then go be obedient.
Is there something that gnaws at you? Yes. Or that thing that comes up frequently that you swat back down? Or something that random people keep saying to you over and over and over, and you don't understand why? The thing that you just can't stop thinking about? There's a couple of things for me. It's probably both of them, because that would just be great. It'd be great for me to have two things to have to do. It's going to take a lot more time.
You know what happens?
I'm going to have to work up to it.
You know what happens when you finally take a step of obedience? He asks you to take another one.
Yeah.
Because it's a walk. It's not a stand.
But you had to take a stand.
You do. If you are in the laying down position, you do have to take a stand to then take a step.
A step.
But every step is followed by another step, because we don't get to just stop on the next step.
No.
But it gets easier because steps of obedience are steps of faith, and steps of faith are your journey. And it can be a serious adventure, and God wants to take you to new places and new heights and all the different things, but you can't do it from standing in one place.
It's true.
And being frustrated with this place that you're sitting.
Very, very frustrated. I think that I'm currently frustrated with the place. I think that for the last few months, I've let circumstances of like COVID and the snow and
the fact that it's cold, it's not 75 degrees outside. Yes.
That's always a factor for me.
I know. That's why I said
Doesn't
75.
even matter.
75 is just warm enough for you to leave the house comfortably.
It's true.
In 2
it
layers
almost
instead
got to
of
that
4.
Today. That's the truth. I did have on a hoodie and a jacket today. But I mean, everything has, in the last year, especially, things are targeted. I don't know. Things have been revamped, I guess, is the only word that's coming to my mind, for people to stay at home. And
made more convenient to stay at home.
Yeah. Everything is a lot more convenient to stay at home. And I don't have to leave my home.
Mm-hmm.
I used to have to leave my home at least like to get groceries.
Yeah.
And I don't even have to do that anymore. Like there's so many things, like we're supposed to distance. I hung out with a friend last week that it's been a year since we have hung out together. And I like to stay at home. And I've definitely taken advantage of everything being so accommodating to me staying at home now. But I've also let it stop me from doing that thing that I know that I'm supposed to do. So, not that I'll be doing it in the next 10 days.
Nope. Now you get to sit here with all of these thoughts and questions and ask the Lord.
Yeah. Clarification, direction. I get to pray over all of those things now so that I can check off some items, not from my to-do list. I would never put these things on my to-do list, ever. That's how I know they're not me. Seriously.
That's funny.
Not something I would ever choose to do myself, but I know that I'm supposed to. So I will spend the next 10 days praying over those things so that I can go to Nineveh. Yay.
How exciting.
I'm not. Maybe in a few days I will be. I don't know. I mean, I guess I could be excited to be obedient and step out in faith, but
I know you don't like it. Nobody likes it.
I mean, just like Jonah did not want to go to Nineveh.
No. It's usually an uncomfortable thing that he's asking you to do if it's a Nineveh.
Right.
If it's
Yeah.
a real Nineveh, then it's not going to be comfy.
I think that we need to bring that word into vocabulary. That sounds like a real Nineveh. I'm going to make it happen. I just decided it's done. I'm making it happen.
I mean, it sounds like a curse word. So
It does.
ain't that a Nineveh?
It does. So yeah, it's the book of Jonah.
Yes.
It's found in Jonah. Jonah is actually it's one of the ones that I can't ever remember if it's its own thing.
Yeah.
It's one of those tiny little ones after
Obadiah.
Yeah, it's between Obadiah
and
and Micah.
Yes.
And Malachi is the last.
I highly recommend you guys really digging into Jonah 2.
Yeah.
It is his prayer inside the fish. And it's so good. In my distress, I called to the Lord, and he answered me. From the depths of the grave, I called for help, and you listened to my cry. You hurled me into the deep, into the very heart of the seas, and the current swirled about me. All your waves and breakers swept over me. I said, I have been banished from your sight, yet I will look again towards your holy temple. The engulfing waters threatened me. The deep surrounded me. Seaweed was wrapped around my head. To the roots of the mountains I sank down. The earth beneath barred me forever. But you brought my life up from the pit, O Lord my God. When my life was ebbing away, I remembered you, Lord, and my prayer rose to you. I remembered you, Lord. I can't read. I remembered you, Lord, and my prayer rose to you, to your holy temple. Those who cling to worthless idols forfeit the grace that could be theirs. But I, with a song of thanksgiving, will sacrifice to you. What I have vowed, I will make good. Salvation comes from the Lord. And the Lord commanded the fish to vomit Jonah onto dry land.
Right?
Yeah.
Doesn't that sound appealing?
True, but I mean, you got yourself into the whale in the first place, into the fish
It's true.
in the first place.
There's only
one way out.
One way out.
Unless you're going to get digested, but we don't want that.
Nope. So many of those verses in that prayer are so familiar and used often for different reasons.
Oh, for sure. Your breakers swept over me. Like, I think of so many songs, but at the same time, it's very similar to the way David spoke to God on the reg.
It is. It is.
On the regular. Yes.
Yeah.
Read Jonah. I'm going to. I'm excited, actually, to read it and dig
and,
into it.
Don't read it with the eyes of a Sunday school class.
No. Yeah, I would probably read like the kids' version of this story to your kids. Right. Unless you really want to drive that point home.
Right.
You know? The engulfing waters threatened me, and the deep surrounded me. The seaweed was wrapped around my head. For the roots of the mountain I sank down.
Put your shoes on!
The earth beneath barred me in forever.
And I said, Mother, I'm sorry. I will now don my shoes so we can leave the house.
Speaking as your children's swim instructor, please don't. Don't give them all the details of that prayer. Because we already have water anxiety.
What? They wouldn't even listen that long. What are you talking about?
Oh, Josh would have dreams about the seaweed for now on. I mean,
mine would stop paying attention after about the third word.
It's so graphic and like really like beautifully written that
Mhm.
Josh would be enthralled.
It's true.
I mean, he's listened to Narnia like 18 times. So
Yeah.
Tim's been reading that to him since he was 2.
Yep.
Like all of the Chronicles of Narnia, not just the one.
They're so good.
Yeah.
Like in their entirety, the whole thing. Y'all should all dive in.
I like how you said that. Dive into Jonah,
Dive
guys.
into Jonah and really think about that thing that you're saying no to.
Mm-hmm. I agree. All right, guys. Let us know how we can be praying for you. Pray for Christy and her sanity. Follow us on social media at Send Help Podcast. Go to our website, thesendhelppodcast.com, and keep an eye out for any, smoke signals from Christy's neck of the woods. She may send up a flare. Eyes on the horizon, everyone. And keep praying for her. Oh, we love you guys. Have a great rest of your week. Bye.
Bye.